Hey guys, Carla here again, doing our follow-up video to the last couple that I had about the awakening. Today's video will be talking about the Ascension and, pretty much my journey through it, how I've come to continue ascending through my awakening process, and just the things that, the signs and the things that I've seen that have guided me and led me through this path. Just a quick apology about how long it's taken for this video, because I've actually been trying to get this uploaded for I think the last 4 days, and I've had one heck of a time. So crossing my fingers that today this one goes up. I'm gonna jump right in. So these are a few qualities that I found that I've noticed through my ascension process, that I've developed and have kind of guided me through this. One of the biggest things is I committed to a spiritual practice. Everyone, does their or practices whatever their faith is or whatever their belief system is. I don't practice religious practices per se. I do more of like just what resonates with my spirit. And like, for instance, a couple of things that I do regularly. I pray every day, and we can get into another video about different ways of praying, and ancestral ways and even modern ways and things like that. I meditate every day. When I first started trying to meditate, I struggled with it, and I had such a hard time because, in meditation, you are letting go of your thoughts. You are allowing messages or source, to connect to you. And so the trick is to let go of your thoughts and to allow your mind to be clear. And then, you essentially are meditating, because you find yourself, achieving this. Anyway, yeah, initially it was like 10 or 15 minutes, but it wasn't working out for me. So I cranked it up a notch, and I was doing hour meditations, and that's when I found my success. So again, that's another video that we can do later, in terms of how to achieve meditation, or how to, find your way and ascend through your meditations. So another thing that I found myself really looking at differently and recognizing that I was definitely ascending through this is honoring my body as a temple. Now, I know a lot of us, try to be mindful or try to be conscious of that phrase, honoring your body as a temple of God, or as a temple, period. But when you are awakened and when you start to ascend, you realize that your body really is a temple, and you realize that you are a spirit in a human, 3D body, and that you have to take care of it, because this is your home for a while. So, being mindful of the things you eat, being mindful of the things you drink, being mindful even of the thoughts you think. All of this is a process of ascending, because when you begin to purify what you put into your body, the expansion of your consciousness, the expansion of your soul, it just heightens. And these are things that you will recognize. You will feel it, you will think it, you will sense it. It all coincides. So I found that I became a heck of a lot more service oriented, and I think it just kind of enhanced the person that I was before. I always, like to be of help to people and like to be kind and loving to people, but this ascension has allowed me to see so much more, and with so much more compassion, so much more love. And so I do a lot more, and not just for myself. I do like volunteer in the community. Do one of the things that I was just encouraging my niece and my nephew to do with me was volunteering at the local homeless shelter. And a friend of mine and I were just having a conversation about, like, we coupon. We learned the whole couponing process. So we were thinking, hey, why don't we coupon, for those in need? And so your soul itself guides you to want to do more for those around you. Even, if it's not family. I mean, of course, be mindful of your family, love yourself first, but when you achieve these heights, doing for others it's almost like, it's so rewarding for you. It humbled me. The entire process has been a humbling process, and so I just find myself, you know, shedding the ego, shedding pride, things that, used to make me feel proud and prideful, and, focusing on the wrong things to be proud of, you know, has allowed more humbleness to sink in within myself, and for me to continue to grow and expand. Another thing that has really helped me immensely is becoming emotionally stable. Now, to me, that's been huge because, a lot of us struggle with our emotions. Some are overly emotional, where some, like myself, numbed our emotions. I neglected my emotions. I never wanted to feel anything. I wanted to be that person who, like, I don't feel anything. So, going through this process in ascending, you have to feel everything. And you have to acknowledge every single emotion that comes through. So, it has allowed me to make peace with that. I have a great sense of inner peace that, whether it be happiness, whether it be sadness, whether it be anger, or anything in between, I'm okay with it. It's my reaction to the situation that has changed, not the emotion, because we are meant to feel every emotion in this lifetime. Because of finding myself emotionally stable, I have found myself expanding in how compassionate I am, how loving and kind I am to others, and I think it's only because I recognize that, now that I'm in full love with myself and in full awareness of, having taken care of myself first, has allowed me to be able to love others, and has allowed me to be able to receive love. And so your sacral chakra just expands to the point of, that's the energy you want to reside in. Loving people, being compassionate, being kind, because this is where you continue to ascend. This is where you continue to grow. Anything that's of a lower vibration, or anything that's in a negative emotion, it doesn't sit well with you. Things that you are doing without love, without kindness, without being compassionate to others, pretty much won't leave you alone. It's an energy that keeps moving through you, that, you it won't let you sleep, it won't let you eat, it won't, you don't feel aligned with source energy, and that something's not right within. So those kind of emotions or negative vibes, you can't resonate on that anymore. Your soul tells you this. I found myself learning and understanding and just gaining so much knowledge, and it's insane to me how much my brain has absorbed, how, my intellect just heightened. And I don't say that to sound intelligent. I mean, truly, when you are going through this ascension process, and and you recognize that you are ascending, anything you read, anything that you start to research one thing, and it leads you to another, and it leads you to another, and all of that information that you're gaining, it's like your brain just absorbs everything, and you know so much. I think too that goes hand in hand with something called DNA activation, which I can get into a little later. But you know, you pretty much begin to remember who you are, where you come from, and your DNA literally begins to reveal itself to you. And these are things that just, I mean, I felt like for me the process has just taken off so quickly that, you know, I was talking to one of my guides and saying how my learning in what happened to be 6 months felt like 15 years worth of learning. So, and again, you know, we can get into that a little later, but these are signs that are definitely for me um, signs of me ascending through this journey. Another thing that I accepted was that I'm a divine being, and this goes kind of hand in hand with, you know, those of us who struggled with feeling worthy or having a sense of worthiness. When you recognize that you are worthy, that you are an extension of source energy, and that what you carry within you is pure divinity, you are a divine being. When you accept this, your whole being just expands to a whole nother level. You begin to see life so differently, and you know, it kind of leads you even further into the process. You don't see things as a loss or a gain. You start to see life as a, you know, lesson or a blessing, and you recognize that, you know, everything is meant to happen in its own timing, and as it continues to happen, you know, it's your response to it, how you continue to move forward. So it also showed me to shed my ego, shed my pride. Nothing good comes from being prideful. Nothing good comes from being egotistical. And you learn that because, again, the energy that continues to move through you will not let you, you know, be aligned to source if it's coming from an egotistical place. Forgiveness becomes such a normal thing for you. You know, people who have betrayed you, done you wrong, things that have come to you negatively, you just let them go. It's your reaction to situations that no longer hold you a prisoner of negative vibes. You accept support from invisible realms, and this I'm definitely going to touch in, you know, a little later in another video, but you recognize that it's not just you doing this. You know, you have guides. There are beings that are guiding you through this entire process, and that whatever your faith is, whether it be in God, whether it be in multiple gods, deities, ascended masters, Mother Earth, plants, animals, whatever it is, these are your guides. These are things that are there to assist you through this process. And so, having faith in that is going to be your biggest tool to get through. Last but not least, for me, I made peace with death. I accepted death as not a negative, but a positive. And I don't mean that, you know, like that there's no mourning or anything that may hurt coming from it, but making peace and just knowing that we are transitioning from one life into the next, you know, has allowed me to continue to expand and ascend in this process. So those were a few of the, you know, signs that I've dealt with. I'm going to cut this short really quick because the time is flying by. But if there are any questions or comments or anything you'd like to add to this, please feel free to do so below, and we'll follow up with a few more videos later. Bye, guys.